Baku is speaking. Hello dear listeners. We are tuned into Azerbaijan International Radio. We are starting our English broadcast from the capital Baku. We welcome you to our analytic program. I'm your host Elçin Mirzaev. Azerbaijan Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We demand France to stop its baseless smear campaign against our country. The spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Aykan Hajizadeh, responded to a question from local media regarding the baseless allegations made against Azerbaijan by France's Minister for Overseas Territories, Manuel Valls, during his interview with BFM-TV. In response to the question, during an interview with BFM-TV, France's Minister for Overseas Territories, Manuel Valls, once again accused Azerbaijan of allegedly waging a hybrid war against France and supporting pro-independence movements in its overseas territories, claiming foreign interference in French affairs. What is the official position of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on this matter? The spokesperson stated, "We categorically reject France's repeated baseless accusations against our country, which serve as an attempt to cover up its failed policies in its overseas territories and its ongoing efforts to sustain its colonial legacy." Manuel Valls, who promotes France's colonial policies and claims that France exists across 3 oceans and 5 continents, has once again voiced absurd allegations against Azerbaijan. These statements are nothing more than another sign of France's refusal to accept its diminishing influence among the peoples of these regions. The minister, who portrays his country as a real power, himself acknowledges that the contradictory statements he makes are weak arguments in the face of violent acts occurring in France's overseas territories and the suppression of independence movements. Manuel Valls' remarks reveal France's readiness to sacrifice principles such as freedom of speech and independence whenever its strategic interests are at stake. This demonstrates the country's policy of double standards. We demand that France put an end to its baseless smear campaign against our country by making such claims. Nowruz, a mirror of our spiritual and moral values. Nowruz, possessing great spiritual power, is one of the most beautiful legacies left to us by our ancient ancestors. It continues to preserve and reflect the national spirit, memory, and inner world of the Azerbaijani people in all its richness. Announcing the awakening of nature and the revival of existence, Nowruz has been an integral part of our lives and traditions since ancient times, instilling in people a sense of hope for a bright tomorrow and a prosperous future. Nowruz is one of the grand celebrations created by the Azerbaijani people in ancient times, a festival deeply embedded in the national memory as a collection of high spiritual and moral values. Our ancestors have adorned this holiday over the centuries with lively and delicate songs, rituals, beliefs, traditions, and ceremonies associated with the 4 fundamental elements of creation: water, fire, wind, and earth. Throughout the centuries and millennia, some of these songs and rituals have faded or been forgotten, while others have been refined with new traditions and beliefs, adjusting and evolving over time. However, the harmony of this grand festivity has never been disrupted. The people have enriched it with the powerful energy of yallı dances, exuberant performances, colorful folk games, and thought-provoking public spectacles. Our people have celebrated this festival annually during the first days of spring, precisely when day and night become equal, starting from March 20th and continuing on March 21st, 22nd. Nowruz has remained in the historical memory as one of the most magnificent spring festivals of ancient times. Our time, various historical facts, myths, and legends have been passed down regarding to the name of Nowruz, its origins, and the history of its celebration as a spring festival. Nowruz is deeply intertwined with the fundamental ideals of Azerbaijani identity and is rich in high spiritual and moral values. It has played a significant role in the emergence, formation, development, and elevation of Azerbaijani culture, though its full impact has yet to be thoroughly studied and understood. Nowruz has also been instrumental in preserving the Azerbaijani people's national identity, language, and rich cultural heritage. Another significant moral value presented by Nowruz is its deep respect and love for the universal forces of creation and existence. It instills the belief in protecting the purity of water, fire, air, and soil, elements that are essential for life itself. Nowruz serves as a mirror reflecting the spiritual and moral values of our people and stands as one of the most revered sources upon which Azerbaijani identity and thought are built.